I smile. It's the end of the year. It's last Friday, 2017. What do you think about that? That's terrible. That's just terrible. Well, now you know when I'm recording this, but I usually don't tell you that. But I'll probably be posting this pretty quick, so. Welcome to RV Fishing Chat. So, today, as I promised in the last video, which has yet to post, hopefully I'll post that today. I promised that I would be talking about trucks, because in the last video I talked about RVs. And talking about trucks is a good thing. That's always fun, right? Oh, what about picking a truck? Oh my goodness. Got a nice truck behind me too. Dodge, I think. So, what about picking a truck? What about picking a truck? That's a tough one. So there's a few pointers. I mean, obviously, you go back very far. I mean, you go back past 2011, somewhere in there, everything changes. 2010, 2011. Kind of depends on the manufacturer, and I'm not even sure of all the dividing lines in there, but a whole bunch of stuff changes. There was regulations put in about you have to have this diesel exhaust fluid and all that jazz. So if you got the money to drop on a used truck, then and you don't have huge weight requirements. So if you got like regular, fifth wheel or something like that, or a trailer that you need to pull, that's 10,000 pounds or less. Or you got a fifth wheel that's 15,000 pounds or less, maybe 16. Then there's plenty of options out there for you. If you got a big fifth wheel, or you're looking at getting a fifth wheel like a toy hauler or something along the lines of is he gonna pass? No, he wants me to do a Texas thing, which I ain't doing. I don't do it when there's mailboxes and trash cans and stuff. So sorry, buddy. Anyway, yeah, that Texas courtesy thing where you pull over on the shoulder and let people pass you, that is so stupid. It's just dangerous. I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely stupid. There's times when it's nice for people to do that, but when there's stuff coming up, there's driveways and roads and mailboxes and who knows what's running out in front of you. Hills, whatever, man, don't do that. Don't do that. That's just dumb. I got one spot on this stretch that I will pull over and let somebody go, because I know there's only one ranch road and it's not a house. It's just a ranch. And not really ranch road, it's a driveway, ranch driveway gate. And I know it's pretty safe. Once I get past a certain point, I can pull over. And I got about 3/4 of a mile to let somebody pass. Well, that didn't bowl. He ran up on me like that, and then he's making a left-hand turn. See, now that's just dumb. That's just dumb. Idiots. All right, folks. So back to trucks. Speaking of trucks, driving like idiots. People driving trucks like idiots. How about that? Trucks don't drive. So you want to pick a truck. You got a 20,000 pound rig. You're going to have to go with a new truck, because there's very, very few older trucks. And I know people are not going to like me saying this, but there's very few of the older dualies that are spec'd out to handle 20,000 pounds per legal law. Now, when I say that, I mean there's a lot of trucks out there that can handle all kinds of weight. I mean, I know this truck here, it's only rated for 15,000 pounds, 15,500. Pardon me, 15,500, and I can guarantee you that this truck could pull 30,000 pounds. No doubt about it. And I bet you could handle a fifth wheel that weighed 25,000 pounds, depending on how it's weighed out and all that. You just have to be more careful. And this is the thing that all these people are like, well, you won't be safe on the road, you won't do this and you won't do that, and it'll be dangerous, and you'll have this problem and that problem. Well, what did people do 30 years ago when they didn't have trucks that could tow worth a hoot? The only trucks that could tow were semi-trailers, semi-tractors. I mean, come on, people. 30 years ago, they towed big stuff around, and they were just careful. So, get over yourselves. And I'll be trying to be nice about it. Get over yourselves. It's alright. Everybody loves their truck. So, but in all reality, if you want to go to states like California, if you want to go to Canada, Maryland, Virginia, maybe, Washington, D.C., nobody wants to RV in Washington, D.C. Y'all be nuts if you do. But yeah, if you want to go to some of these states where they have higher restrictions and laws and stuff, you better well be sure that your weight ratings are correct, because you go trucking in there with the single axle pulling 20,000 pounds, and they're gonna bust your carcass. They're gonna wear you out. If you get to drive out of there without losing something other than a big chunk of money, I'd be surprised. So especially Canada, I mean, they're particular. Canada, I've heard Canada goes by the GVWR on the side of the truck. That's what I've heard. I haven't been able to verify that, but most states here in the U.S. go by axle ratings. So if your axle rating is within spec, they don't care what your GVWR, GCWR, whatever it is, gross combined weight rating, vehicle weight rating, I think it is GCVWR, whatever the letters are, ABC 1, 2, 3, come on. Here in most states, maybe not California, maybe not some of the ones on the East Coast, maybe not Illinois, I have no idea, but I think Illinois is okay. But like Texas here, we go by axle ratings. So if your axle, they weigh your axle, they have you drive over a pad, and if the axle is within spec, you don't have too much weight on it, they don't care how much weight you're hauling. They just don't. Now if your axles are okay, now there is a situation where your axles could be okay and you have too much weight in the back and it's pushing you around. They'll tell you about that and tell you to fix it here in Texas. I've heard stories about that. But I've heard stories of people pulling way more weight than you ever would have thought they could pull, and DPS stopped them and went, no, you're fine. Your axles are fine. You're rated okay. No worries. Have a nice day. And they're pulling 45,000 pounds. Yeah. That's what I said. I know a guy personally who did that and got stopped, and the only thing that they found wrong was that his truck didn't have enough weight in it for handling the trailer he was pulling. He was pulling a 40, the total weight on the trailer was 40-some thousand, 43,000 or something. And they told him he needed more weight in the truck. And he asked him if I went and put steel plate in the bed of my truck, would it work? And they were like, yeah, no problem. We'd probably approve you for that. So he did it, got it reapproved, and he's hauling, Caterpillar tractors on flatbeds at 40-some thousand pounds with just a regular Dodge dually. That's only supposed to be rated for, like, his I think was rated for 28. So yeah. All that stuff is a bunch of hooey. Drive safe and you won't have a problem. But if you want to drive in states where they have those restrictions, you better dang well be sure that your axle ratings are correct. So that said, when you're looking for a truck, if you can go with a truck that's pre-diesel exhaust fluid, DEF, if you can get something that's pre-DEF, go for it. Go for it. I mean, if you got a 15,000 pound rig, go get yourself a nice dually from 2010, 2008, you know, something like that. Get yourself a little dually that can haul 16,000 pounds, 17,000 pounds, and knock yourself out. Get something as low miles as possible. You'll be fine. In fact, you'll be better off than I am. For us, it was more cost effective and on the budget to go with something a little newer. But that said, if you're needing to be careful about your axle ratings, then you may have to go to a new truck, because the axle ratings and the way they're beefed up and they haul so much more. There's so many reasons why the bigger trucks are better. I mean, the newer trucks are better. You just got to be cautious about how you do it. So, and that's pretty much it. There's, as far as a brand of truck to buy, man, that is such a tough one. You just have to pick a truck that you like, and not everybody's gonna. I mean, everybody's gonna have a different truck that they want. We got a Ford. I actually prefer Chevys. Ford was handy. We have a good Ford dealer to go to, but we don't have a good Chevy dealer to go to. So we went to the Ford dealer and got a Ford. For me, it's more about the dealer than it is about the make. Because right now, I mean, these trucks are pretty powerful. I mean, they're pretty amazing. All of them are. All of them. Dodge, Chevy, and Chevy's got a nice truck. The newer trucks. The older trucks are nice too. Dodge newer trucks are really nice. The older trucks, they fall apart inside. Well, if you can deal with that, go for it. The engine's rock solid. You know, the Fords, if you go back to the 6-liter engines, they have issues. Don't do that. Unless it's already been bulletproofed. 6-liter engine on the Ford, bad news. You're going to spend a bunch of money to fix it. You will. It's not a matter of if, you will. Unless you buy it and sell it right away. Even then, people aren't going to want to buy it. So if you're looking at a 6-liter engine and they want more than $12,000 for it, you need to ask them to reconsider that one, because they got issues, and you're going to spend $7,000 to $12,000 depending on what you kind of need to do. So anyway, yeah, so that's the story. You just gotta be careful what you buy. And actually, I think I'm gonna park where my coworker normally parks. That'll be kind of cool. I haven't parked in his spot in a long time. How about that? Bam, just like that. And what are you doing, buddy? The guy in the dump truck's trying to cause me trouble. Or trash truck. There we go. Whoop! Bump. Bangity bang, bang, boom. So there you go. Trucks. Buy what you like. The Chevy Duramax is a good engine now. You know, go back. If you go back, you go back a few years, and they had some issues, but they all kind of had issues. Stay away from the 6-liter unless it's bulletproofed. Go look it up. Do your research. The new Fords, no problem. 6.7 liter, no problem. Dodges are still good on the engine apparently, and their new trucks are nice. The insides are nice. They ride well. Look up Big Truck Big RV on YouTube. Look up Big Truck Big RV. That guy's got a ton of stuff to go look at. So he's awesome. Go do it. He'll teach you a lot about trucks. That's where I learned a bunch of stuff. And but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If you can afford to buy a newer truck, you'll possibly get a warranty on it, which makes a big difference. So that was the kicker for us, is we wanted a real warranty, and it's hard to get a warranty on a 2008. It's just, it is what it is. So warranty saves you money if you got major issues, and since most of these trucks do eventually have issues, warranty was important. But it may not be to you. So anyway, that's it. I'm at work. I got to go. Safe travels and tight lines.